Good morning, tubers. Welcome to another unedited, unscripted instructional video from deep within the bowels of Dr. Jet's laboratory. Today, I'm just going to fill you in on some projects I've been working on. I have 5 different projects. So let's look at them. This is a 1/20th scale Chuck Thompson. He'll be coming along driving the 1958 short circuit. We'll put him up here. This I'm working on is a 1/20th scale model of Bill Munsey. He'll be driving the 1/20th scale 1978 Atlas van lines. This is another new motor. What is it? This is an 1112 1.5 Delta. This is going to go into a screaming little 1/20th scale hydroplane. Probably going to do the frosted flakes, although there are some other versions I may do. This little guy, now I want you to look at this. You can see where the cooling ducts go on this, and the cooling hose would come up here and come up here. This one, I have problems with room. And so you can see what I did. I did a low profile inlet and return here so it can come out just above the motor, because I have some real clearance problems here. I'm going to show you that in a future video. And you can see all my motor wires are going to come right through here in this motor mount. And this is going to fit into a real crowded area. The real reason I'm here today is to talk about blueprinting the hull. The other day I talked about the micro drifter here and how we started blueprinting the whole hull. And some of the tools I use, here's a cool little sanding block that's made from a piece of plaster stop. The plaster would come in here and come in here, and there would be this gap in the side of a building. It actually came from an Arco gas station building site that I was inspecting many years ago. Of course, these great little Delrin blocks, this one I cut off at a 45-degree angle with a sharp edge and a blunt edge here, and I'll show you in a second. These make great sanding blocks for getting good sharp edges. My Delrin blocks that I use all the time. And for spreading epoxy, this is one of the greatest things. You get these free hotel keys that also double as epoxy spreaders. And when you're spreading epoxy, it's just the thing for getting it fairly level. Now, the other day, I showed you how I built these up. This side is done. It just needs a final polish on it. But you can see these edges are sharp as a knife. Sharp as a knife. Everything nice and sharp, because you want the water to just shed right off of there. If there's a curve, the water's going to stick to that curve, and there's going to be a whole bunch of friction here and drag. So you want a nice, sharp, clean break. So if you look down these, I don't know if you can see it here, but if you look down here, everything's perfect, everything's flat, everything's clean, everything's shiny. And it only took about a week to do that. It'll take another week to do this side. But for example, this little 45-degree sanding block is perfect for getting down in here and getting this edge just perfectly razor sharp. And you can do the same thing along these edges here. It's just a great little tool, and of course it's perfectly flat for getting this portion. So a lot of work in this, but you get a nice clean ride out of it. The boat will handle right, it'll run right, everything will be right. It's just a lot of work. So there you go. Just a quick, brief update on the happenings in Jet's laboratory. So until next time, Jet out.